You can watch us live stream at www.twitch.tv/Inez27 or at SeemsGoodMagic.com at the bottom of the main screen. Our live stream times are going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central Time. If you'd like to know whenever we upload new content or when we're live streaming, follow us on Twitter at SeemsGoodMagic. Thanks and enjoy the video. Hey, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here with some more 8-4 Gatecrash drafting. Let me just put this little card box up here. Alright, so we open Godless Shrine. What else have we got in here? Legionnaire, Skyjack. How much does Godless Shrine work? And by work, I mean worth. Let's see what we're looking at here. What are you buying it at? What do we got? Godless Shrine. It looks like it's about 3. That's alright. I can probably pass it for a solid 2-drop. Alright, I mean, Legionnaire is probably the best Boros, or, yeah, probably one of the best Boros commons you can get. But commits me to 2 colors immediately, whereas if I take Skyjack, it's an awesome 2-drop. And additionally, it leaves me open to Orzhov as well. And we're not passing too much of an Orzhov signal. There's also Frilled Oculus, but we're passing a couple other Simic cards. Let's just take the Skyjack. He's so strong. Okay, follow up pick. Wow. Wow. A lot of good cards here. Syndic, Mugging, Halberdiers, Spies, fine. Croconura. Plenty of good cards. We already passed the Legionnaire, so we passed a little bit of a Boros signal already. If we pass this Halberdiers, we're definitely going to pass a Boros signal and the Mugging. But I can just go for Orzhov now. If I take the Syndic. I do like Extort quite a bit. Keeps me in white. I think that's actually smarter than taking either of these. Just stay pure white for now. And if the Boros picks keep coming, I'll pick it. Otherwise, I'll just move into Orzhov. Let's do that. I think actually Stomping Ground might be worth too much to pass here. Yeah, people are buying Stomping Ground at 4. That's like half of a draft. I'm going to take that. But we're passing a Spy, Dutiful Thrall, Death's Approach, which are all fine as well. But Stomping Ground's just worth far too many tickets. Okay. So Drakewing, probably the strongest card in this pack. Unfortunately, neither of the colors correspond with my white picks. Could just take the Homing Lightning. I mean, that's a pretty good sign that that Boros may be open, even though we were passing the signal this whole time. We could stop the buck right here. That's a pretty good Simic sign, though, too. Just really good Simic cards. I wish either of these colors worked with my first 2 picks. I'd feel better, but I don't feel bad about taking Homing Lightning. This card is tremendously strong, so that's perfectly fine. Okay, I think we can take the Ember Beast here. Move a little bit deeper into Boros. Ember Beast is a perfectly good creature. There's also Guards and Enforcer, which would keep me Orzhov, but I already have the Homing Lightning. I'll take the Ember Beast too. Okay, so best card remaining, probably the Aetherize, the Denizen. Blue just is hard to connect with white. You can do it through Orzhov, but then my red picks are kind of out of here. I could take the 5-drop, who's playable. I could take the Righteous Charge, which is playable. If I got enough creatures, Righteous Charge is fine. Not amazing. Let's take the Righteous Charge. There's enough upside if I get enough cheap guys. It's a late Viper. There's also Active Treason, Aerial Maneuver. I think we probably take the Maneuver. It's a pretty good trick. Okay, that's a fairly late Martial Glory, so that's a pretty good sign. Scorchwalker's very good in Boros. So did pass a little bit of a Boros signal, unfortunately, early on. I wasn't sure if we were going to be that or Orzhov, but I think there's been enough late Boros picks where we could still be sniping our way into that. So if we do that, there's better chance that we go into black as a third color if we have to. So let's take a black card here. Neither of these are very appealing. I guess the Cipher card works better with Extort. Yeah, we can take a Dutiful Throw in case we go into black. Alright, let's just cut the red. Let people know that we're taking red picks now. Alright, so I'm really open. I pretty much want to be Boros, but if I'm getting cut too hard on either of the colors, I guess I'm willing to explore some other ones. Alright, well, that's a good sign. Wrecking Ogre is a phenomenal strong card. Shanktail would also be fine, as would Edict. Even Aerial Maneuver, possibly on the wheel. But pretty clearly taking a Wrecking Ogre here. It's a good, pretty awesome finisher. Follow-up pick. Well, some really good choices in here, actually. Pit Fight looks good with Ember Beast, but not much else besides Ember Beast at the moment. But otherwise, I'd be really interested in Pit Fight. It's a very strong removal spell. Crypt Gas, not really interested in that. Guardian's very good. I think I'd rather have the 2-drop. If I can make the aggressive one work between Scorchwalker and Wrecking Ogre, I have the strong Blood Rushers. Blood Rush actually works very well with Pit Fight too, so I could think about that. I kind of want this Syndic just because it's a very, very strong 2-drop creature and one that works perfectly fine in Boros. I think I'm going to take the Syndic just because I like it so much. I think it's a very strong card. Alright, now I think we're just going to slam the Mugging over the Fire Fist Striker. Striker's very good too, but Mugging is just a little too important here. Okay. Now it's between Assault Griffin and Skinbrand, and I think we're just going with the 2-drops for days. Okay. Now it's Bomber Core versus Thunderfist. It's also Court Street Denizen, which is actually playable. Court Street's actually okay against like the Simic deck. It's particularly good if you have like Blood Rush and cheap white creatures, which we do currently. Probably not playing the Dutiful Throw though. I do like Thunderfist, but Denizen could end up being really good. So I think I'm going to take that. Okay. Now I think we just slam the Edict. It's a good removal spell. Interesting. I guess we could take the Key Rune. It's acceptable. It's a late Hands of Binding. Alright, slamming another Edict. Definitely. Wow, it's a late Death Cult Rogue. Guess we'll take it. It's pretty good against us. Okay, take a Simic Key Rune. Night Watch is actually pretty good. I could play that. And Beckon in case I need it. Hopefully I don't. So I think at this point we just need to prioritize some good creatures. So pack 3, I mean at this point I'm looking pretty good on removal. I've got the Mugging, Aerial Maneuver, Martial Glory, Homing Lightning, Double Edict. We're looking good on tricks and removal. So creature priority in pack 3. Wow. Spark Trooper's pretty awesome, but there's also Sunhome Guildmage. That's actually, that's actually a reasonable question. What do I like more, the Sunhome Guildmage or the Spark Trooper? Spark Trooper certainly does some bangy amounts of damage, but Sunhome is a 2-drop, which is just amazing, and it just has so much versatility and reach on it. It'll justify me playing 17 lands in this deck. It'll motivate me to run the Key Rune. I think Guildmage is just the pick. Unfortunate that it's in the same pack as Spark Trooper, but I really can't complain about getting an on-color Guildmage. Okay, I think we're just slamming another Homing Lightning here pretty clearly. Not much else for us. Basilica Guard's on color, but not really what this deck's trying to do. So let's take the Lightning. Okay. So now Denizen versus Armored Transport. I think we just take the Transport. I don't have a ton of red creatures. I don't really like Transport, but we have some Battalion. I guess not much, admittedly, but we've got some Blood Rush as well, so it's not bad. Okay, just slamming the Skin Brand here, getting another 2-drop. Some good Orzhov cards, and a good Gruul card, but happily taking the Skin Brand. Alright, wow, another Spark Trooper. Yeah, I'm going to take the Spark Trooper over the Assault Griffin. Can do a lot of surprise damage. The haste on it just really makes it. And actually a lifelink on it makes it. Another 5-drop is not really what I want, but Thunderfist is a pretty good one. Rocking a few too many 5-drops right now, but I think this is a 17 land deck at this point. We have a... If we're going to end up running this many 5-drops, I guess I can make it cut. So let's cut the Beckon Apparition. I think I'd rather cut that than the Night Watch. Night Watch feels better with the Guildmage and the Righteous Charge. Nothing super interesting for us here. I guess we'll take the Gargoyle because it's evasive, but don't think I want to play it. Unfortunately, not anything on color for us here. This could be good against us. Nothing really good here. Guess. So, what would be the first cut I make in this deck? Not exactly sure. Probably the Gargoyle, even though I'm a little bit short on creatures. The Gargoyle's pretty bad. Alright, take another Armored Transport. Okay, well, we ended up getting a Foundry Street. I'm not sure if I'm going to play it or not. I guess I'd prefer not to, but I'm not sure. I don't have a ton of red creatures to support it. I guess I can take the Guildgate. I may not even need it. I guess I'm a little bit color intensive, but not too bad. Alright, well, we ended up with enough playables to make a deck. We're just a little bit short on creatures. And some of the creature quality is a little bit low, but we have good removal. We have a good enough end game. I think we can make this work. For now, let's put in everything I'd like to play. And let's decide what we want to do. I may end up cutting the Righteous Charge. Just not sure I have enough creatures to support that plan. And actually, I may not do the Key Rune either if I'm going to do... I mean, I guess I do have enough 5-drops I'm going into where the Key Rune would be good, but I just feel like it's not quite what I want to do with this deck. I guess it also fuels this. It also randomly works well with Martial Glory and Aerial Maneuver. And I guess if I had 1,000,000 mana, works well with Blood Rush. I guess these two were kind of on the fence for me. But I could also cut either Night Watch or Towering Thunderfist. But if I cut these, I can stay at like 16 creatures with the Night Watch. I guess I could keep Key Rune and then cut a 5-drop, maybe? Maybe cut the Denizen? So then it's 15 creatures with the Night Watch. I still have the ramp element to get there. I'm not opposed to this, I guess. Still a good amount of 2-drops, good removal, good tricks. Armored Transport's pretty underwhelming, but I'm not sure if that's a big deal or not. So everything that's like a creature I left above. I hardly count this as a creature, even though it is. Court Street, how good does he actually look in here? I guess he's good with Spark Trooper. He's good with Night Watch. We've got some 2-drop white creatures. Court Street looks a little bit weak, I admit. But I think I'd rather run that than the Foundry Street. I mean, this deck looks fine. Like I said, we have good tricks and removal. We've got a good amount of late game. And we have a mana sink or two. I wouldn't mind the Righteous Charge, but I feel like I just don't quite have enough to support it. Okay, so if I ran it like this, do I want the Guild Gate? That is the question. I guess we only have one 1-drop, but yeah, I guess we can run the Guild Gate. Yeah, why not? We're only 2-color, but fixing might be relevant. This card, I mean, Guild Gates can screw you sometimes too, and we're trying to be fairly aggressive, but we may not have the luxury. So, does it want to do an even split? It wants to do 7 and 9. I guess we do have more double red, but we need the extort white mana. Let's just even up. 9 and 9. We want to see both colors for sure. I guess we do need less white, but we need white early is the problem, so I think we do have to do an even split. Okay, so overall, this deck's about a, let's see, it's probably like a 7 out of 10 maybe. In terms of removal, it's very, very strong, but creature quality leaves a little bit to be desired. We did end up getting 2 Boros rares, or I guess this is a Gruul one, but still, like, works fine in Boros. Got a Guild Mage, so some of our creatures are pretty quality, but this deck could have been a little bit better. But certainly satisfactory enough to win a draft, so let's try her out.